Hi guys, good evening. Welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host Eddie, and in tonight's video I will be doing my episode review for Scream, the TV series, which debuted last night on MTV. Before I start talking too much, of course, as usual, please be warned of big spoilers to follow regarding the most recent episode of Scream, so if you're not caught up, if you're behind one or two episodes, do not keep watching or listening as I will be discussing big spoilers. So you have been warned. That being said, this was the episode of phone tag and Noah's never-ending quest to lose his virginity. I mean, he came so close. No, perverts, that's not what I'm talking about. He came so damn close to getting it on with that mega hottie Zoe. But damn it, Audrey, worst cockblock ever when your best friend comes in to tell you about a life or death situation. Oh well, there's always next time. He came so close to getting some. Because, finally, can we just get it out of the way so we can move on from this character's arc and storyline about him being a nerdy virgin and just move on to the bigger stake here, like finding out who this new killer is and why and stopping him or her? But, it was fine for what it was. I mean, I was happy for Noah, but at the same time, it felt a bit unrealistic because I was a nerd like that in high school. I knew a lot of my friends were nerds like that, and no girl that attractive ever took the initiative to express interest in us or any guy like that. At least not while I was going to high school. Maybe things have changed now. Maybe being a nerd is more widely accepted and a part of life. I have no idea. But for me personally, it was a bit hard to believe because I relate so much to Noah, being the giant nerd that he is and whatnot. I just found it difficult to believe that a girl that hot would be attracted to a guy like him. But then again, women like genuine nice guys. Anyway, getting off point here. But he's getting closer. He's getting closer to getting some, so keep up the good work, Noah. In the meantime, of course, everybody's playing phone tag with each other. Audrey was texting Emma. She was texting and calling Noah and Zoe, but they were on their study session or study date or whatever. And Brooke, she's not the cold, heartless bitch that she tries to pretend she is. She has a conscience. She's a sensible, understanding person. She actually felt bad about what she did to Branson, but she was also worried about what he was going to do or say in retaliation. And of course, I think we can assume that the killer either killed Branson or took him hostage, and as we saw, he kept him alive just long enough until accidentally plunging a knife into his chest when it meant to go for Miss Lang. Okay, new theory. I don't think Miss Lang is the killer, because obviously the killer was targeting her in this episode, and she came very close to dying. She will have a nasty head wound, though. She is, however, I think, up to her own shady doings, and it seems like she's recording conversations with Emma, and she's got a file on everybody, at least the Lakewood Six. She's got a file on everybody. It feels like she might be some kind of author or writer who's trying to get inside the heads of the Lakewood Six, the original survivors from season 1, so she can write a best-selling book. This might be along the lines or the themes of Gale Weathers. Oh, God. Damn. Oh, come on. Think of her name. The chick from Friends who played Monica. Oh, God. Courtney Cox. Damn, I almost had a blank there. Courtney Cox. She kind of reminds me of the Courtney Cox character, Gale Weathers from the Scream franchise. Being an author. I mean, I'm just making an assumption here, but it seems like she's trying to do some kind of study or figure out what the deal is with all of these kids, and she's trying to put it all together for a book or a study piece that she's putting together. I don't know, but obviously the killer did not like what she was doing, so he messed with her, almost killed her, and probably would have finished her off if not the heroic janitor came around the corner cleaning and rocking out to his headphones and whatnot. But we did see the end of Branson in tonight's episode, as we saw him being slowly burned alive in the model house where Eli and Emma were having their secret little dinner date or whatever. And talk about moving in on someone else's turf. I mean, Jesus, Eli, this is your cousin's girlfriend. It would be one thing if it was your friend's girlfriend, but this is your blood's girlfriend, man. You don't do this to your brother or your cousin. You don't move in on their girlfriend, despite the fact they may have some strife in their relationship. And that's like a predatory thing he's doing. You know, he sees that they're having some turmoil in their relationship, some struggles. Emma's having some serious trust issues with Kieran, with so many other people. And Eli is like worming his way into her heart and mind almost. I mean, he charmed her enough to agree to go on a little dinner date with him into this abandoned house he likes to break into and pretend he lives there. And that opening scene where he's in somebody's house cooking breakfast, pretending he lives there until the woman wakes up, goes down to the kitchen and sees somebody was making breakfast, and then confessing to Emma, I like to pretend that I break into people's houses and I like to pretend I live there. God, he's creepy. Man, the creep factor for Eli tonight really went high, escalated on the creep factor. I mean, at least Emma turned away his kiss and his sexual advance, but clearly he has a thing for her. He could also very well be the killer, although it's hard to tell if the time he spent with Emma was during the same time where the incident at school happened, where Brooke and Audrey show up to confront Branson, and then they find injured Miss Lang, the janitor trying to help her, and no sign of Branson, because we don't know what happened to Branson. So obviously the killer dragged him off and put him in the bathtub of the rental house. We also saw Kieran look awfully angry, fumed, in fact, when he saw Eli and Emma flirting at the coffee shop. And at first I thought he was going to charge over there, jump over the counter, and start beating his cousin's face in. But he just fumed, backed off, and left the coffee shop. Who's to say he didn't follow them to the abandoned rental house where they had their little dinner date? Maybe Kieran is a lot more shadier than he's leading us to believe. And somebody is going through a lot of trouble trying to make Audrey look guilty, or she has a hand in what's going on here. I mean, that's why the killer probably lured her to the school in the first place, to make her look like she hurt Miss Lang. But if the janitor hadn't interfered, that very well could have been the case. And did Noah knowingly or accidentally record Audrey's confession for his podcast? Or when he went back to his computer later, did he realize, oh shit, I left this thing recording. Maybe I should just file it under Audrey and just keep it for now, but not delete it. Because obviously we saw Zoe notice a file that said Audrey, so she started to listen to it and then emailed it to herself. Again, don't know if Zoe's the killer either, because it seems like the timeline of the episode, while Zoe and Noah were making out both at the lake and then later in his bedroom, I think it was roughly happening around the same time as the incident at the school. But Zoe's got something going on with her, but I doubt it's murder related, so we'll see. But another great episode, another eyebrow-raising, kind of episode. And of course we saw the end of poor Mr. Branson. I mean, the guy might have been a perv and kind of a prick for going after Brooke, but can't say I blame him, because Brooke's hot. But he was no killer. He was just kind of a creepy guy, but he was no murderer. And now he's going to die. He burns to death with missing one hand. So, yikes. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining me on this episode review here on the EdWord. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Scream as much as I did. Don't forget, Scream the TV series premieres every Tuesday night on MTV. Check your local listings for times. And check out my Facebook page in the description down below. I think you'll like what you see. Have a great rest of the night. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more videos. And, of course, until next time, may the Force be with you.